If you visited the Museum of Fine Arts lately, it's impossible to not notice a remarkable exhibition of participatory art. William Forsythe's Choreographic Objects.
Well, we're standing in front of one of William Forsythe's choreographic objects. It is a wonderful piece that invites people to step into the gallery and move amongst an array of swinging pendulums. It is a participatory piece for viewers of all ages. William Forsythe began his career as a dancer, and you may know some of his dance productions have been staged by Houston Ballet. He is based now in Europe, and he's always fascinated with the possibility of how people, not just dancers, but everyday people, move through space and respond to gravity. And he thought of this piece with its swinging pendulums as a way to make us more conscious about how we move through space, how we dance around objects, if you will, accommodate the flow of tide, the passage of time. And I often explain to people when they're about to step into this piece that it's like walking through water. That way that, when you move through tides and eddies on the seashore, so too do the pendulums. They ask you once again to think about the air that surrounds you, the space that surrounds you when you walk through any room. We have another piece by the artist. We have 4 works on display. The video wall is time capture motion technology. So when you stand perfectly still in front of it, you look like you would in front of any video camera. And yet, if you move, you start to be distorted. So in time, even if you're very still and only move slightly, your whole bodies become serpentine. You sway like a snake, your neck becomes extended, and best of all is when you jump in the air, you turn into a little jumping jack on the screen.
Some of the other choreographic objects are not quite so obvious.
I think my personal favorite, because it's a little bit of a surprise. You walk up to look what looks like an ordinary pedestal. It's actually a video box, and inside you see strawberries in a basin with water pouring on top of them. The strawberries move around with the current of the water. And indeed, it's almost impossible to count how many strawberries there are.
And there's one that could almost be called hidden.
What the artist's assistant jokingly called the Forsythe altar. There's a little shelf that invites you to pick up a feather duster and hold it completely still. Now, it's an old-fashioned duster, so it literally has feathers on it, and they tremble with the slightest motion. And it reveals the fact we are never completely still. As long as you have a pulse in your hand, the feathers will move. And so it again reminds you how the body, even at its most static, is still in motion as blood courses through our veins, as air passes through our lungs.
Choreographic Objects runs through September 15th. For more information, go online to MFAH.org. For Stafford Magazine, this is Randall Williams.